Hey there, and welcome to my lazy review of the new film. Let's see, it's Transformers Beast Wars. Or wait, it's Transformers Rise of the Beast. And yeah, so I'm bringing my co-host, my little buddy here, because after making him suffer through that shitty, awful Little Mermaid live-action remake garbage, I figured, hey, why not be a good dad and take him to see something he's actually going to enjoy. The funny part is, thanks to my good old Regal app, I got an early screening for Transformers Rise of the Beast, and check this out. They gave us these posters right here, limited edition till all are one. And hey, awesome. So I bought another bottle of, because as again, YouTube, I'm not giving a teenager any alcohol, but I bought another bottle of this Cocoa Divine because it's fucking delicious. But want to try Pepsi right there?
I got some
Get
sparkling
that, or
water.
get some Pepsi.
All right.
Yeah, I insist. So yeah, I'm gonna talk to you guys about, if this film was any good and my take on it. But I guys, at this point, the Transformers films, either you love them or you hate them. Simple as that. I do still like the Michael Bay. The first one I think is the best one. I still had fun with 2 and 3, but even I gotta admit that 4 and 5 just started really going downhill. And then, when the prequel Bumblebee was announced, it was the first time Michael Bay wasn't going to direct a Transformers film. And a lot of people out there who weren't the biggest fan of the Bay films did actually like Bumblebee, because Bumblebee had a lot of heart to it, and you got the Generation One Optimus and stuff, and it was pretty cool. So, to say the least, I was looking forward to seeing this because before he was born, a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away,
I'm an old man.
I grew up watching Beast Wars. I fucking loved Beast Wars so much. The adventures of Optimus Primal and Rat Trap and stuff and Rhinox. So when they first announced this and I got to see Optimus Primal voiced by Ron Perlman, I was like, holy shit.
Holy shit.
Okay, so before we get into it, let me say start this off right here and get your Pepsi, make it toast. I mean, you already know I'm gonna like this shit, but it's habit. We gotta do this and give him some good old Pepsi cherry. Ready?
Mhm.
So try some chocolate wine. Oh yeah.
Delicious.
Okay, so Transformers, Rise of the Beast. Rise of the Beast, yeah, I'm drinking, but
I'm an alcoholic.
did I like it? Did he like it? Should you go see it? And like I said, guys, if you hated all the previous Transformers films, like the Fast and Furious films, this won't change your This won't change your minds. Holy shit, this stuff's kicking in. It's not going to change anyone's opinions. But I want to tell you, if we had a lot of fun, see Optimus Prime battle Optimus Primal and what's going on in the 90s with a new director. And well, screw it. Let's stop ranting and first enjoy the intro. Ready? Let's go. I swear I can't stop drinking this shit. All right, so this latest film in the Transformers franchise is a sequel to the Bumblebee film that took place actually 5 years ago. And, I guess it's kind of like this soft reset because it's before the Bay films and they changed continuity. So it's 10 years later. Well, Optimus Prime at one point says 7 years later, but this takes place in the 90s. And the character of Charlie, played by Haley Steinfeld, which I thought she was pretty good in that movie, she's gone, and we have a new protagonist called Noah. But before we get into that, I gotta just admit that, off the bat, Optimus Prime always narrates every Transformers film. This was different because we do have a narrator of Optimus Prime, but it's Optimus Primal, voiced by Ron Perlman. And just within like the first opening minutes, Optimus Primal talks about Unicron. And you know what, Marvel? Fuck you for not doing this first, because it proves that Galactus can be done. And if you don't know Transformers lore, Unicron is this massive, basically godlike being who eats planets. When they first show Unicron eating a planet, I was like, holy shit.
But the sign said all you can eat.
So yeah, after some exposition, fast forward some time, all the Maximals, they're stranded on Earth, and then we get to meet Noah. I wasn't sure how to take him at first, but he did grow on me because he's an older brother. He's trying to find himself in the world. He's a kid in the 90s and from Brooklyn. He has a sick younger brother. He's falling on hard times, and we've all been there, where the guy starts getting pretty desperate for money. So essentially, he has to go steal a car. The thing is, he doesn't know the car that he's stealing is Mirage. And Mirage, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to give credit where credit is due. He knows him from Saturday Night Live. I am not the biggest Pete Davidson fan by any means. In fact, by all accounts, I've never one time ever laughed at anything that Pete Davidson has done. I think the guy is just untalented and fucking unfunny. And I got to give it credit. He is the best part of this movie. Like, both of us and the entire audience were laughing our asses off. And I'm like, you know what? Again, I'm going to be fair. Pete Davidson, fucking hats off, dude.
Roll out! Wow, that was corny when I said it out loud.
This is basically Noah and Mirage for most of the film. Yes, Optimus Prime is there, and just hats off again because in our screening, we got to see this 10-minute behind-the-scenes preview and Peter Cullen talking about the first time he voiced Optimus and creating the Optimus character, and the guy has been doing it for 40 fucking years. He still sounds awesome. Optimus is still fucking badass, and a lot of people didn't like the whole new Michael Bay design, which I was fine with it. This is more that Generation 1 design and stuff. And Optimus, he's not the warm and cuddly figure you may know from the Michael Bay films. He's damn sure not trusting of humans. He's like a lot more arrogant, I would say, and he doesn't like people. And Mirage spends basically the entire film trying to get him to come around with Noah.
You brought a human here?
I'm nobody. I ain't even seen nothing. I'm not even seeing anything right now.
We get to introduce to this character called Elena. Basically, she's there because Unicron wants to come to Earth and eat it, but he can't do that because his main lieutenant is Scourge. Scourge, I didn't know this because of the voice synthesizer, voiced by Peter Dinklage. Very fucking awesome bad guy. And they have this key because every Transformers film, there's a key or a trinket or a spark or some bullshit going on, and they spend the entire film taking this key that was broken into pieces. They want to merge it and then bring Unicron to Earth and then basically eat Earth. So this girl, Elena, there's different symbols around Peru and stuff, and they need her to help them find the second half of this key. And that's pretty much it because it's a Transformers film, not a lot of fucking plot. It's the Autobots and the Primals stopping Scourge and Unicron from coming to Earth. Movie's over. That's it. Let's move on.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
So how did I like it? Should you go see it? Do we have a good time? And all I can say, guys, is again, it's a Transformers film. You love them or you hate them, but at their core, there is a lot of heart and there is a lot of soul. There's a lot of good messages out there. I'm sorry. There's a lot of good messages that are the right messages because this takes place in the 90s and stuff, and you don't have to worry about these identity politics and stuff like woke. And main character of Noah, who is diverse and a badass, and you have Elena. It was a fucking fun time. The third act is like this, I don't know, 45-minute battle sequence, and it was goddamn glorious. And the thing is, there's so much tension in the film because, goddamn, guys, the Autobots throughout the film and even the Maximals are getting their fucking asses kicked. Like, yo, this guy Scourge is a fucking badass.
In the end, everything you cared for will be consumed.
We've seen this in RPX. This is why we go to the theaters for, because unlike The Little Mermaid, we had a great time. Popcorn, action, comedy. It's a very good successor to Bumblebee with the heart of this and the great action. As usual, Dad is ranting too damn much. Any tidbits or side stuff you want to say?
I would say the movie, like, there's no real bad characters. I would say some characters do get sidelined, but like it's to be expected. When you have a cast of like a whole bunch of characters, some are not going to get as much screen time as others. If that's like the only complaint I have about it, but like, you know, they're probably gonna make another movie, and all the other characters are gonna get like more screen time and stuff. I would say the ending and the post-credit scene is really, really good. I loved it.
Yeah, I won't spoil for you guys, but there was a post-credit scene, and to say the least, the whole fuck audience was cheering and clapping, and I didn't see it coming. I was like,
NANI?
My only criticism going into this is that as somebody who watched the entirety of Beast Wars, that yeah, the beasts themselves, they don't get a lot of airtime, especially considered that this is called Transformers Rise of the Beasts. It's not a Beast Wars film by any means. Optimus Primal, considering he's part of the market and he's in the movie for what, maybe fucking 10 minutes? It didn't take me out of the film. I still enjoyed it. It's still a Transformers film, still fucking some kick-ass action, great popcorn scenes. But, you know, as a Beast Wars fan, I do admit I wish they added a lot more because Beast Wars, there are so many great characters. And yeah, when you have an ensemble cast like this, unfortunately, yeah, Cheetor is in the film for like fucking 5 minutes. I think said Rhinox, maybe a couple handful of scenes. I don't think Rhinox even has like any talking lines. And yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this again. This new director, the guy put a lot of heart and soul into this, and I want to see where the Transformers go next. So I have no regrets. You ready? But yeah, that's it. So I can say, as usual, you know, he has school, I have work. We are freaking always low on time, and we're gonna toast this stuff. He's got to go to school, but you know, my job, a new one, just like my old one, very simply put, is
it's a horrible, horrible job.
All right, so I'm gonna drink this. He drinks that. Let's grab Bender, and if you see this film, please, by all means, in the comments, let us know. Let me know how you think, and I don't care. I feel like this is making up for me taking him to torturing my kid to go see The Little Mermaid. He walked out like, Dad, we had a great time. He got a poster. Everybody's fucking happy, right? So let's grab Bender.
This calls for a drink.
I love this shit. Okay, well, let him go to school, and then me,
It's called a catchphrase.
I have to go back to work.